If you're wondering what it looks like when Elon Musk gets a taste of his own medicine, Tesla just sent a letter to the U.S. trade representative that President Donald Trump's trade war could make it a target for retaliatory tariffs against the U.S. Quote, as a U.S. manufacturer and exporter, Tesla encourages USTR to consider the downstream impacts of certain proposed actions taken to address unfair trade practices. In other words, the trade war that Donald Trump launched is now set to hurt Elon Musk's own company. If you're looking for some poetic justice, this is it. And to be clear, this is why these tariffs are so damaging, because they lead to reciprocal tariffs and trade wars benefit no one. Like it or not, we live in a global economy. We rely on other countries, like for example, China and Canada and Mexico for auto parts among a raft of other goods. So when you haphazardly impose tariffs on those countries, which impacts sales, countries respond accordingly, which means that prices rise for everyone. And at the end of the day, the winner is literally no one.
All right, folks, buckle up because we're diving into the poetic justice of Elon Musk and Tesla getting caught in the crossfire of Donald Trump's trade war. This video breaks down how Musk, the billionaire tech mogul, is now facing the karma of his own political alignments. We'll dissect the hypocrisy, the double standards, and the economic fallout of Trump's tariffs, and how Tesla is now begging for mercy. Key figures here? Elon Musk, Donald Trump, and Canada's retaliatory tariffs. Spoiler alert, Musk isn't winning this one. Let's get into it.
And yet, will that move Trump? Absolutely not, as he proves right here.
Why should we subsidize another country for $200 billion? It costs us $200 billion a year. And again, we don't need their lumber. We don't need their energy. We have more than they do. We don't need anything. We don't need their cars. I'd much rather make the cars here. And there's not a thing that we need. Now, there'll be a little disruption, but it won't be very long. But they need us. We really don't need them. And we have to do this. I'm sorry. We have to do this, yes.
And why won't he change his stance? Well, that's easy. Because he's also stated his position, and Trump views any reversal as a capitulation, and his ego couldn't possibly handle that. And so instead, we're forced to barrel ahead as our economy crashes and the stock market tanks, all because Trump is too fucking sensitive to alter his strategy because his fragile sense of masculinity can't handle it. And yet, we're told that women are too emotional to be president. Right. And let's be clear, Tesla wouldn't be the first company to be subjected to retaliatory tariffs. According to reporting from over a month ago, Canada would specifically target their tariffs to impact red states. According to the New York Times, the Canadian officials said their choice of goods was meant to be precisely targeted and aimed at political impact. They specifically want to focus on goods made in Republican or swing states where the pain of tariffs, like pressure on jobs and the bottom lines of local businesses, would affect Trump allies. Canada's government hopes that those allies, including governors or members of Congress, would then pick up the phone and call Mr. Trump intervening in favor of de-escalation. Melanie Joly, Canada's foreign minister, met with a slew of Republicans to make her country's case, including Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina, Senator Jim Risch of Idaho, and the Senate Majority Leader John Thune of South Dakota. Ms. Joy said that she hoped her outreach to senior Republicans would persuade them to intervene to avert or limit a trade war and its negative impact on consumers and jobs on both sides of the border. Quote, my job here is to be able to talk about facts, and that comes before any threat of counter tariffs from our side. Because then the senators might say, well, why are we doing this? Why are we imposing tariffs? It's affecting my own constituency. First of all, pretty funny to think that these Republican officials would ever put their own loyalty to their own constituents above their loyalty to the God King, Donald Trump. But in fact, Canada immediately began doing what it promised. British Columbia announced that it would no longer buy American liquor from red states in response to the tariffs. As a first step in response to the tariffs, the Premier has announced immediate measures, including British Columbia's Premier has directed the BC Liquor Distribution Branch to immediately stop buying American liquor from red states and to remove the top-selling red state brands from the shelves of public liquor stores, and directed the BC government and Crown corporations to buy Canadian goods and services first. And this is what it looks like inside of Canadian grocery stores as employees clear the shelves of American liquor. That right there is bullet bourbon. It comes from Kentucky, meaning that red state's economy is going to suffer as the direct result of Donald Trump's policies. Here's even Fox News reporting on how Trump's tariffs on our neighbors are raising prices on pickup trucks.
Could be ground zero for the impact on the tariffs, Maria. This Dodge Ram truck, $80,000. Instantly became $100,000.
Now, I understand that I might be working off of stereotypes here, but I think a number of Trump supporters might have just a particular interest in the rising cost of pickup trucks. Just a wild guess. And yet I have to repeat for the umpteenth time, none of this should come as a surprise to anyone.
Here's the irony in full display. Elon Musk, who has largely benefited from Trump's pro-business policies, is now feeling the heat of Trump's chaotic trade war. It's almost like karma has a sense of humor. Musk's Tesla, a company that prides itself on innovation and global reach, is now begging the U.S. trade representative to reconsider tariffs that could cripple its business. The hypocrisy? Musk has been silent on Trump's trade policies until it directly affected him. Pain for thee, but not for me. Right, Elon?
Donald Trump has been adamant about the fact that his policies, far from lowering costs on day one, as promised, will actually cause pain. His words, not mine.
We may have short-term a little pain, and people understand that. But long-term, the United States has been ripped off by virtually every country in the world. We have deficits with almost every country. Not every country, but almost. And we're going to change it. It's been unfair. That's why we owe $36 trillion. We have deficits with everybody. We help everybody. We've been helping everybody for years. And to be honest, I don't think they appreciate it. So we're going to change that. We're going to change it fast. We're going to make America great again. We have to focus on our country. We have tremendous potential if properly used, and we have to focus on our country. Tremendous deficits with China, tremendous deficits with the European Union, tremendous deficits with Mexico and Canada.
Let's be real. Trump's ego is bulletproof. He's not backing down from this trade war, no matter how much it hurts American businesses or even his own allies like Musk. Trump's logic? We don't need them. They need us. But here's the thing. In a global economy, that's a dangerous delusion. Trump's refusal to adapt is costing jobs, raising prices, and now even hitting Tesla. And yet his supporters cheer this on like it's some kind of patriotic sacrifice. Spoiler, it's not. It's just bad policy.
And of course, the little foot soldiers on the right are dutifully falling in line, now propping up this talking point about enduring pain, as if it's our patriotic duty to do so.
And Trump's tariffs making America great again. It's a great strategy. Is somebody's finally doing something out of the White House, President Trump that is, that says you have to take an action in another country.
Yeah. No pain, no gain. That's what we used to tell our football players. There's going to be some pain with tariffs. But tariffs got us back as the strongest economy in the world when President Trump was in the first time. He knows what he's doing. Democrats, get out of the way, shut up. You have no answers. You didn't do anything right in the last 4 years with Joe Biden. We have a game plan. Trump has a game plan along with Howard Lutnick and the other people that are pushing the tariffs. We can turn this thing around. But, folks, let me tell you, this is our last chance. If we can't get it done now with tariffs and with pulling regulations and getting people back to work and cutting our debt and cutting the amount of spending, we're not going to have the country that we've had before. So people need to just listen, learn from this, understand it's short-term pain. We're going to get this turned around. President Trump knows exactly what he's doing, and he has a game plan, something Democrats didn't know anything about.
So I suppose my message now is quite simple. If the goal out of the Trump administration is that it's somehow our patriotic duty to endure pain and hardship, then Elon Musk should be first in line to volunteer to endure it. The fact that he clearly won't goes to show that while Elon and Trump are perfectly content to mandate that the rest of us do, is a testament to the fact that their mantra here is pain for thee, but not for me.
If Trump's trade war is all about short-term pain for long-term gain, then why isn't Elon Musk leading the charge? Instead, he's writing letters to the U.S. trade representative, trying to save his own skin. The truth is, Musk and Trump are cut from the same cloth, rich, powerful, and utterly disconnected from the struggles of everyday people. This isn't about patriotism, it's about self-preservation. So what happens now? Tesla's caught in the crossfire, Musk is feeling the heat, and Trump's ego is still running the show. The real question is, will Musk finally speak out against Trump's disastrous trade policies, or will he continue to prioritize his own interests? One thing's for sure, this is a wake-up call for anyone who thought Trump's trade war wouldn't have consequences. And for Elon Musk? Well, karma's a bitch. Drop a comment below. Do you think Musk deserves this, or is he just another casualty of Trump's chaos? Let's debate.